Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Precious metals extend recent gains. Silver FUTs rise by over 6.5%. http ntvforex.com News ID 05A068 7/22/2020 am. Asia Market Update. Asian indices trade mostly lower after mixed U.S. session. Precious metals extend recent gains. Silver FUTs rise by over 6.5%. U.S. officials debate stimulus. General trend. Shanghai Composite rose over 1.8% during morning session amid gains in consumer-related costs. Kweichow Mutai rose over 2.4%. ASX 200 underperforms in Asia. Decliners include resource, consumer, and financial costs. Aussie consumer staples firm Ingham's Group temporarily closes Victoria plant due to coronavirus. Victoria reports new record for new virus cases. Retail and real estate firms lag in Japan. Financials trade generally higher. Tokyo Steel may report Q1 results. U.S. financial press. Early gainers in HK included energy and financial firms. Property and tech sectors lagged during early trading. Hang Seng later reversed gain amid expected rise in new coronavirus cases. Australia is due to issue economic and fiscal update on Thursday, July 23. Companies expected to report during the New York morning include Biogen, Nasdaq, Thermo Fisher. Headlines: Economic data. Australia, New Zealand. ASX 200 opened 0.3%. Australia Prudential Regulation Authority APRA Chairman Byers noted the degree of uncertainty about the local economy is now lower than when banks were asked to consider deferring dividend payouts in April. The regulator plans to update its capital management guidance for banks next week. Financial press. Australia prelim June retail sales 2.4% v 16.3% prior, YY 8.2% v 5.3%. Stockpiling noted towards the end of June, especially in Victoria State. Australia May Westpac leading index 0.4% v 0.2% prior. Victoria State reported 484 additional coronavirus cases v 374 prior, new record high. New South Wales State reports 16 additional coronavirus cases v 13 prior. Australia sells $2.0 v $2.0 indicated in 2.75% November 2029 bonds, average yield 0.8300% v 0.8691% prior, bid to cover 3.1x v 3.3x prior. NZ Reserve Bank of New Zealand RBNZ buys NZ $320m v NZ $390m prior in government bonds as part of QEV. NZ $320m sought. NZ New Zealand Minister Liz Galloway resigns. New Zealand press. China Hong Kong. Hang Seng opened 0.2%, Shanghai Composite 0.2%. HK Hong Kong coronavirus cases expected to exceed prior 108 total cases. U.S.-China extends anti-dumping probe into certain U.S. chemicals for an additional 6 months. Probe relates to N-propanol, cites the complexity of the case. Press. CN China has moved to overhaul supervision of insurance industry, to grant more power to local regulators. Chinese press. CN China plans to sell wheat and rice amid higher corn prices. Financial press. CN China Solar Association H1 solar panel output 59 GW, 15.7% YY. H1 newly installed solar power capacity 11.5 GW, 0.9% YY. CN China PBOC sets yuan reference rate 6.9718 v 6.9862 prior, strongest fix since March 11. CN China Bok open market operation. OMO skips reverse repos v injects 10 billion Chinese yuan via 7-day reverse repos prior. Net drain 0 billion Chinese yuan v net drain 20 billion Chinese yuan prior. HK Hong Kong to extend mask requirement in public. HK Food Amp Health Secretary Chan to hold briefing at 5:30 GMT. Press. Japan. Nikkei 225 opened 0.4%. JP Japan July preliminary PMI manufacturing 42.6 v 40.1 prior 15 straight contractions. PMI services 45.2 v 45.0 prior 6th straight contraction. Korea. KOSPI opened flat. KR South Korea government releases tax revision plan scaled back earlier plan to impose capital gain taxes on stock investments to impose taxes on crypto gains over KRW 2.5 year. Other Asia. My Malaysia June CPI YY 1.9% v 1.8% E. TW Taiwan Ministry of Foreign Affairs MOFA raises fears of being targeted by China following passage of Hong Kong security law, in talks with the U.S. on security-related issues. North America. U.S. Pres Trump virus will probably get worse before it gets better. Outbreak seems to be largely in the Sun Belt, but it could spread. Coronavirus briefing. U.S. Treasury Secretary Mnuchin: the goal is to have a stimulus deal by the end of next week. We'll spend what we need on relief, no more than that. U.S. Republicans consider offering 70% wage replacement for unemployment insurance in stimulus talks. Press. U.S. House Speaker Pelosi: Democrats want to see a Republican bill and then they negotiate $1T price tag on GOP aid bill. $1T be sufficient to do what's needed for economy and America's health. Boeing BA reported that 737 MAX seems increasingly unlikely to carry passengers before 2021. Public comments related to the safety fixes for the plane might make the timeline for approval longer. Press. U.S. Semi forecasts 2020 global sales of semiconductor manufacturing equipment by original equipment manufacturers at $63.2 billion, 6% YY, sees the 2021 figure at $70.0 billion, up 11% YY, record high. Europe. UK reportedly close to abandoning a post-Brexit trade deal with EU. Government assumption is UK will trade with EU on WTO terms after transition period ends on December 31, though a basic deal still remains possible if the EU gives ground. UK press. Levels as of 1:20 ET. Nikkei 225, 0.6%, ASX 200 1.4%, Hang Seng 0.2%, Shanghai Composite 1.3%, KOSPI flat. Equity SAMP P500 futures flat, Nasdaq 100 flat, DAX 0.2%, FTSE 100 0.3%. 1.1547 euros, 1.1525 Japanese yen, 106.89, 106 Australian dollars and 71 cents, 0.7146, 0.7121 NZD, 0.6651, 0.6633. Gold 0.7% at $1,856 ounce. Crude oil 0.6% at $41.67 BRL. Copper 0.4% at $2.9728 LB. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.